the GameFace MPNFL Division 2 footy show. It's the It's Okay Not to Be Okay edition of the Division 2 footy show. Great to be here. Tybe defeats Pearsdale by 92 points. Their captain Ethan Rowley joins us to have a chat about how the Yabbies are tracking, and I reckon they're tracking pretty well. Luke Van Ray plays his 300th game for Coringal, and they celebrate a big win to remain undefeated. Red Hill up close and very, very scary indeed. And Daniel Marshall kicks 5 for the Somerville Eagles as they move back into the top 5. Great to have Chris Holcomb with us. Welcome, Holtz.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Good to be here.
Tony Blackers. Hello, Blackers.
Good on you, Dan.
And we're all wearing, of course, the It's Okay Not to Be Okay beanies.
Lovely beanies, Dan,
yeah,
aren't they?
Lovely beanies, and it's a very, very important foundation, a very, very important message to get across. And we'll talk more about that during the show. And as I said, Ethan Rowley, the captain of the Tybe Footy Club, joins us as well. Welcome, Ethan.
G'day, Dan. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you with us. Well, the first time Tybe have kicked 20 goals in a game. Your boys going okay. Probably should be 3 and 5. You're 2 and 6. Could have, should have, would have. But after a sluggish start, you found some form.
Yeah, definitely. I think last few weeks have sort of shown some good footy, and we probably let one slip against Kringle. But yeah, the boys are sort of on the up over the last few weeks, definitely.
Hey, Ethan, what about those early games? You know, we all thought, you know, early on against Hastings and who'd you play round 2? But I thought that you could have snuck a couple of games in early, and especially from where you came last year and the finish that you had, the expectation from within, from here, we thought that you would have started a bit better.
Yeah, definitely. I think the first few rounds we were disappointed in our own club with how we, I guess, started the first few rounds off. I think the start of the year with a few blokes from other clubs, it did take us a couple of weeks to gel. And definitely those first few rounds, we had a few we probably earmarked for a couple of wins. But I think having that continuity of the blokes on the field these last few weeks has sort of helped us to start lifting over the last previous weeks.
How much different was this pre-season compared to the last couple that you've had? Because obviously the club went through a really rough trot, and there's low expectation.
Yeah.
Going into a pre-season where you've
the expectation would have been a bit higher, wouldn't it?
It would have been enjoyable, more enjoyable.
Yeah, I think our coach Aaron Pace has been pretty clear on trying to consolidate last season and really building upon how we finished last year. And the pre-season was really just following that same message and game plan of doing the hard work and then the rewards will come.
How many did you win last year?
Won 6 last year.
6.
Yeah.
Great effort.
And at the moment you're on 2.
2, yeah. So yeah, definitely I think the way we started pre-season was trying to continue that message, and we added a few blokes, especially to the midfield where we probably needed a bit more speed, but the message was still pretty consistent with hard work and really getting those extras in, we call them, to make sure we can really compete towards, I guess, the next half of the season.
And one of the highlights was Matt Ravenhall beating 7 goals, including 3 in the last quarter, and Plugger caught up with him after the game.
With thanks to one of our proud partners, X-Golf, brings us a post-game wrap-up with the Tyre Football Club, joined by Matt Ravenhall, who kicked a bag of 7-1 today, mate. Pretty happy with your efforts?
Yeah, pretty stoked, pretty happy with the team though. We've strung a couple of games together now, so it's finally good to see it come to fruition, I think, and all the boys finally put it together on the park. Yeah,
it was a pretty efficient day for you guys, 20 goals. It's the first time you guys have got to a bag of 20 as a team. How important was that for you guys to notch that up?
I think it's super important for the team. It brings a lot of belief. I mean, on the back of us putting all these games together, it's good to finally convert.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all well and good to say, yeah, we've put a couple of games together and been competitive, but to finally dominate a scoreboard and put something up, it's instrumental.
Yeah, Aaron was saying that you guys haven't really put teams away this year, and you did it today. How reassuring is that moving forward that you know you can, when you put the foot on the pedal, you can actually do it?
Yeah, it's very reassuring. I think everyone's sort of found their little niche now within the team, and everybody's just playing their part, and I think that's something that's been driven home by as a Pacey as well, and hopefully we can just keep it pushing forward now. That needs to be the norm for us. We can't slip off of that.
You kicked 3 in the last quarter.
Yep.
All contested marks, mate. A bit of strength there. You felt like you're on top in the strength battle today?
Yeah, I think there was a couple of mismatches there. On the rebound, I think I sort of got a few of the smaller blokes, which was nice, and it's good getting a bit of good delivery off the midfielders too.
Yeah, very good, mate. Congratulations on a 7-goal haul, and enjoy the night tonight.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Well, fantastic effort by Tybe, and it's great to have Ethan Rowley part of the panel. Now, X-Golf's a big part of our show and a big part of our footy coverage on GameFace. Simulated golf, guys. Go to Mornington. 177 Mornington Tybe Road, open 7 days, full bar. It's a great place to be, Hulks. 0359750450 is the number. You've been there before, Ethan?
Yeah, actually,
Let's go.
the owner's an ex-Tide player. So
Is he?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Hulks, have they given you a freebie yet? Because you've pumped them up a lot.
I've been their biggest advocate all year. I haven't got a freebie as yet. Dan, have you?
No.
No?
You wouldn't play golf though, Dan, would you?
I play golf, but very, very badly.
Scratchy,
I normally
yeah.
take 6 or 7 hours to play 18 holes because I've got to borrow other guys' balls. Golf balls, that is. They get lost, of course, in the rough. They get lost in the water. They get lost everywhere, and I find it very hard to hit them off the tee. But it's entertaining when you watch me play golf.
It's a great day.
It certainly is. Now, Luke Van Ray, talking of great days, played his 300th game for Coringal on the weekend. You can see a picture there of Michael Burke and, of course, Hicksy, David Hickman, first man to play 300 games for Coringal, joined by Luke Van Ray. He kicked the first and last goals of the game. Fairy tale start and finish as they thrashed Crib Point, and they added to the celebrations and they remain undefeated. Now, Ethan, you played them earlier in the year and probably should have beaten them.
Yeah, it was a splendid play. It was probably one we let slip away, going down by a goal against them. We thought we played pretty well for 3 quarters and probably fell away from the game plan the last. And look, as good teams do, they took advantage in that last quarter. So
It's great to see. Coringal?
Yeah.
Oh, I think Coringal are travelling really well. They're getting the job done. Matt Stanley is a very good player, Dan, who didn't play a lot of football last year and obviously didn't play the start of the year. The last 2 weeks, even though they've been against Pearsdale and Crib Point, he's been able to get back onto the scoreboard.
He's kicked 7 goals and Holt kicked 6.
But I think he kicked 6 last week as well. So he's a very good small forward, and they will complement each other, those two.
And Alanis, throw Alanis into there as well, who's having a good year.
But also Robinson, isn't it? Robinson,
Yes, that's correct,
yeah.
Michael Robinson. Yep. When Holt didn't play against Langwarren, he played forward and
He did.
put Shane Peterson back on him. And Peterson, we know, is a terrific runner and can give Langwarren a lot of drive, can't he?
Yes.
Because, as you would know, off half back, but he had to play
That
small
role.
defensive role, which didn't suit him. And Robinson was very, very handy. So with him,
He's
there
got
as
those
well,
flashy boots too, Dan,
He
hasn't
has.
he?
They've
You
got
know, for a red and white side, he's got those flashy
has.
yellow boots.
And you think the flashy yellow boots helps you win games of footy? As an old commentator of mine, an old commentary mate of mine, Graham Smoky Dawson, would say, how many Brownlows has he won, Blackers? He hasn't won any, but he's obviously a pretty good player, isn't he?
Yeah,
You
he is
wouldn't
a
have
good
had yellow
player.
boots, would you, mate?
No, I had the old. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you would have.
What colour boots have you got, Ethan?
Black and white.
yeah.
Oh, black.
Oh, good on
The
you.
old Cooper Mondales I had.
Black is
Oh, yeah,
coming
they're
back,
good.
I reckon.
The World
Yeah,
Cups.
yeah.
It went out with the arc, but it's coming back. So Coringal extends their unbeaten streak to 9-0, and they're going magnificently at the moment, sitting on top of the table. I certainly, though, in my own humble opinion, don't think that they're the best team, but I certainly think they're going to be very hard to beat. I just get the impression that the top 2
I
are a
said.
fair way ahead of everyone else at the moment, boy.
Oh, they are, Dan.
They are indeed.
They're 2 games clear.
But,
You're onto that.
I mean, other than that...
No, but they
Thank you,
are.
Smarty, but other than that, they just seem far better than the other 2.
Oh, they
They
are.
are indeed.
Yeah, they are at the moment, Dan.
Well, looking at the competition later, I just wanted to bring up a point that Chelsea were 3rd last week and they've dropped to 6th because their percentage suffered a 30% loss. They were 156, they've gone down to 126. That's how tight it is in the battle for, of course, the top 5 at the moment. I know it's early days, Holtz, but gives you an indication. You just got to keep winning, don't you?
Every time there's been a middle-of-the-road team go up and play Red Hill, they've just been pantsed. Absolutely pantsed.
Well,
They
you-
haven't been
You
competitive.
saw it firsthand,
I
Dan,
saw
on the
them
week.
weekend, Blackers, for
And-
the first time.
And you would have been super impressed with the way they went about it.
They're the best team. And
Uh,
I've seen a lot of first division footy in the last
No,
12
don't
months.
get too silly.
No, they're
Don't
the
get-
best. They're the best team
No.
I've seen. Sorry, Pine. Sorry,
Oh.
Sorrento. They're the best team I've seen in MPNFL football so far. The way that they play, the way that they just dismantle the opposition. Short pass, short pass, short pass. Then they would go for the kick inside, the 45-metre kick, and then the kick down the middle, either finding a
Hey,
tall
Holtz,
forward
do you want that?
or someone like John O'Ross who kicked 6. So I thought he was
That's
absolutely fantastic. He's only 21. He's kicked a goal in every game. His second bag of 6. It's their 7th straight win and 6th game for the year where they've scored over 100 points. Just before we look at Somerville, boys, Ethan, you've seen Red Hill firsthand like I have, and you've actually played them. I've only seen them from a commentary box. How good are they?
Yeah, I think they're clearly the best team in the competition at the moment. We've played Pringle and Red Hill, and the way Red Hill move the ball, as you said, is quite scary.
You played them up at Red Hill, didn't you?
Yep.
Which is, it's hard to win up there on any occasions. But were you competitive against them for a while?
Yeah, the first quarter they definitely got the jump on us. I think they went out and kicked the first 4 or 5 goals, and the second quarter we actually won the second quarter.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, through that third and fourth.
How did you beat them in that second quarter? What did you change from the first quarter to the second quarter?
Oh, I think we did quite well all day winning the ball through the middle, and I think we probably utilised that a bit more in the second quarter. The first, third and fourth, I think, even though we might have won the ball on the inside, they'd just burn us on the outside with a bit of speed off half back.
And just the use of the footy. I mean, it's just
unbelievable.
I mean, they are clearly a first division team.
They are.
As a lot of people have said.
Yeah.
A few players have said that, haven't they? A first division team holds playing second division footy, that if they were playing in the first division, they'd be more than competitive.
They'd be third on the ladder.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon they've improved harder than what Dramana have with what they've brought in, and I reckon they're playing that.
Well, they recruited really well in the off season. They got some good players. Harry Larwell back to the club.
Yeah.
Beveridge,
James Fletcher's
Patterson.
been playing games, he'll qualify finals.
Well, James.
Dean Worry.
Dean Worry.
He came from
Cribby.
that's a very interesting one, Turin.
Yeah.
He came from Turin, which is seen as a more superior league, or when they were in the SEFNL, even though MPNFL.
But they were a struggling club.
They were struggling, so he's a 5-pointer. I just couldn't understand that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point system is the point system. Not much we can do about it. Somerville going all right. They're back in the top 5. It was a good win for them on the weekend against Rye. Daniel Marshall kicked 5 for them. They started to kick away in the second half, and they're starting to do that against sides. The second halves have been very good. How much of a difference, or how big of a difference, boys, is Brad Wigg, that's his nickname, Brad Wigg Canavan has been as coach this year?
Well, I reckon with what happened last year with Everett and all that sort of stuff, they probably, not a falling out with their coach, but probably a lot of disbelief and harmony down there. So Wiggy's come in, he's got a really good track record. He's come down and he's got his beliefs and he's put that to the...
There was a falling out, Blakers, wasn't he?
There's a disjoint with the coach and the players.
There was.
We've got one of them in first division at the moment, and it's not going well for that club either. And you see what happened with Somerville. They're playing really well. He's done a great job with them so far. Have you had Somerville yet?
Yeah, we played them early on.
How'd you find them?
Yeah, they were quite a good side. We probably heard the same rumbles over the pre-season as well, that maybe players weren't showing up. But look, they came out really strong and got a good win. So
yeah.
I remember catching up with Brad Canavan in the middle of the ground when Hastings were playing, I think, Tyre. That's right. You played them the second round, and this is at 3/4 time, and they just got beaten by 1 point. And I said, how'd you go in your first game, Brad? Were you happy? He said, well, yeah, we probably should have won. I think a lot of people have written us off, but I think we might be a bit better than most people have thought, and I think that's the way it's worked out. It's so tight in that battle, as I say, with a number of teams on 20 points, all separated by percentage. And they're certainly in the running, Blakers, aren't they?
Certainly are.
Well, Plugger caught up with Daniel Marshall after he kicked 5 goals, and also Brad Canavan after their win against Rye.
With thanks to X-Golf, player of the day for Somerville today against a close starting win against Red Hill. Daniel, you kicked 4 goals today, mate.
5, thank you.
Kicked 5 goals today. As you can see, he's pretty happy with himself. He's come out for an interview straight away after his showers. But a good day today, mate.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Everyone actually in the team, so it was a good team effort.
You guys started off. It was a pretty close game to start. What do you think made you guys kick away?
Just a big pre-season everyone put in, and we're starting to kick away after half time lately. So we just got good fitness, everyone.
I was told by the under-19s coach Chris Dulmer that 4 of your 5 goals were goal of the day worthy. Can you talk us through them?
Don't talk about the Falcon. Yeah, I would agree with that statement. I just got lucky. I've been kicking pretty bad lately, so pretty happy to get him down in the middle. So
what did Wiggy have to say after the game?
Yeah, he's happy. He said he said I lost a bit of weight, so he can tell. So it's really improved my game.
Thanks for joining us in the post-game wrap-up. Go get some clothes on. I'm now joined by the head coach of the Somerville Eagles. Pretty happy one in Wiggy, close start and a slow start for you guys. Half time, 5 points up, but you weathered the storm of the momentum after the half time goal from Wright.
Yeah, disappointing early. Wright all over us, and we'd heard on the grapevine that they had a bit of a few team meetings, a few home truths, and they got a really good spike at the start of the game. Our boys were just slow to react, and then second half of the first quarter we started to get some momentum, and then second quarter much better. Defensively, individual defence, and then team D was much better in the second quarter. And then, this guy had some injuries, but the boys ran it really strongly. So really pleased. Yeah, pleased in the end.
Who went down with injuries, mate?
We got Sano with a leg, Jake Haskett with a leg, and young Sammy McDonald at fullback got crunched and off the hospital at the moment with maybe some lower back nerve damage. So
okay, no good.
No good at all, that one.
Yeah. And how'd you guys overcome with missing those three?
Well, we're trying to build into our group is flexibility. Guys that can go back and forward when need be, so it's not too foreign for them. And we're able to cover off, so we sent Heinzie back. Young Mitch Mantell went back early to cover us, and then we just sort of, through our flanks and wings, just had three-way rotations. So really pleased, finished strong. It's good.
You guys are just doing pretty much what you have to do at the moment, aren't you? You're winning the games that you should be winning, and you've had a couple of challenges, but you must be pretty happy on where you sit at the moment.
Yeah, we are. Obviously, the couple of big games that we really need to step up on the big stage, we've failed. That sort of burns. It burns a lot, actually, but we're still a bit of an unknown quantity. Yep. We came into the season like that, but we're starting to find an identity now. And I think the boys are starting to believe in something. Yep. As long as, we've got to win the winnables, and then at some stage we're going to have to knock someone off that's above us. Yep. Really step up that, and then we'll know really where we belong. So, obviously pleased with today. Keeps us in touch with the finals. Yep. And then go to Devon next week and hopefully get one there.
Yeah. Who was your best player on the ground today?
We were wrapped with Marshy's effort down forward, kick 5.
He was wrapped with his own effort.
Yeah, he was wrapped with his own effort. So G-Man was pretty good with 5. Marshy kicked 5 but had 15 tackles. Big Tommy in the ruck was fantastic today, best game for the year. Nick Mason really showed good composure, really highly skilled player. We had 12 good players today, or 15. That's what happens when you win.
That's it. Well, thanks for joining us, Wiggy.
Thanks, Blake.
Thanks for the chat, and we'll speak to you soon.
See you next time, mate.
Well, we were asked this week to put together our top 10 player rankings for Division 1 and Division 2. And Ethan, luckily you are sitting in between me and Hulks, because I reckon Hulks will try and have a crack at me for my team. But I'll put a caveat on my team because I haven't seen many of the players yet, many of the teams yet. So I've just gone on what I've seen.
Yeah, it showed on your top 10.
Yeah, thank you, mate. We'll start with Blackers. I don't care. Mark Holt, well, I do care about my top 10, but I don't care about your view.
Thanks,
Opinions are like backsides. I've all got one. And this is an opinion-based industry. Now, Blackers has gone with Mark Holt at the top from Coringle, Jonas Siverson, Jono Ross, Jake Mould, in that order, all from Red Hill, Adam Kirkwood, Rowan Hogenberg from Somerville, Luke Hewitt, Paul Rogash, Chris Irving, and Grant Goodall has been outstanding for Coringle.
Not bad, mate. Not bad.
Well, I wouldn't. It's not controversial, but it might be a surprise one. But you've been a big rap for him all year, haven't you?
Well, I think he's one of the reasons why Coringle have been so dominant. Actually, on the weekend, I think he got left out of their senior side. I'm not too sure exactly what happened there, but but I think that when I saw him against Langwarrin, Dan, that was a great contest, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Wonderful contest between he and Norton, and I thought
he got into Big Red's head, and Big Red started making mistakes, made a couple of blues,
he was good with his ball use as well, Dan, wasn't he, on that day? So,
well, again, an interesting selection, but obviously a good one, Blackers, because he's playing good footy. Now, Chris, Jonas Siverson at 1 from Red Hill, Mark Holt at 2, Jake Mould 3 from Red Hill, Paul Rogash from Hastings he's at number 4. Then you've got Jono Ross at 5. He's having an outstanding year. Tim McGuinness, who spent some time on North Melbourne's list. He's next from Langwarrin. Then you've gone with our man Rowan Hogenberg from Somerville, Aaron Walton from Seaford, Brad Clark from Chelsea, and Nick Braun from Seaford to round up the top 10. You happy with that?
I'm wrapped with it, mate. But I'm more than happy for everyone out there to have a crack at me. I wouldn't mind them getting on and seeing what I've done wrong and who
get on social media,
get on
the
there,
Facebook.
have a smack.
There's no tyre players there, Ethan.
What about Ethan? Why haven't you got Ethan
He
in
was
there?
11, but he said I only put in 10 this week.
Who do you think the best player is in the league?
Oh, Jonah.
I think it's going to be a toss-up between Mark Holt and Jonah. I think they're both pretty strong
Yeah,
players. Yeah.
both are outstanding player. One kicks a lot of goals and wins games, and
the
the other
one
one
saves games.
Yes.
Takes great
Who did
marks.
you have at one, Dan?
I had Jake Mould at 1, Chris Irving at 2.
Oh.
I can only go on what I've seen. Mark Holt at 3.
Oh.
Marcus Delago at 4. That was magnificent on the weekend.
Good
and I've
player.
seen him
He's
play
playing,
a couple of
Very good
times.
and it's good
Thank
to
you for
see
that.
Marcus back playing some really good football, and he's injury free because he's really struggled a lot with his lower back along the way. So well done to Marcus.
Jono Ross at 5, Jonah Citizen at 6.
Oh, so you've just picked Red Hill.
Red Hill boys in the top 6.
And you put
Well, I
Jonah
reckon
at
they're going
6.
that way. Yeah,
Jonah
I thought the
at
other
6.
guys
You
were
just
better
told me
than
Jonah was the
Oh.
best player in the comp.
I didn't say that.
Oh.
I said he was right up there, but not the best player in the comp. Adam Kirkwood at 7, Todd Gardner at 8 from Chelsea.
Did he play well on the weekend,
He
Gardner?
played pretty well, yes.
Oh,
No,
come
I've seen him
on.
Was
play
he-
well a couple of
He's
times.
16 goals.
Ricky Ferraro
Oh,
from
jeez.
Hey,
Hastings.
I must say,
he's been
on,
great.
on the weekend, Ricky was outstanding, and he was one of the main reasons that
He got
Hastings
them home
played.
against Seaford as well. So
Yeah,
that
and he
last
played
quarter.
really well on the weekend.
And Bryce Kellerman, number 10. I've
Had a
seen him
great-
play a
had a
couple
great
of
year.
times and been brilliant.
Having
Yeah.
a
He
fantastic
is having a
year. he is.
fantastic year.
But get on and have a smack at us if you don't like our
Absolutely.
sides.
On social media,
Yeah,
on
jump
Facebook,
on.
we just want your opinion, and I'm sure there'll be quite a few that'll say we know absolutely nothing.
That's all right. I'll bash him.
Yeah, you can do that. And you can look after me because I couldn't punch my way out of a paper
Verbally,
bag.
verbally, bash
Verbally be good, yes, of course, thank you. Kringle on top, Red Hill second, Seaford third, and then of course the battle for 4th and 5th, all these teams on 20, all separated by percentage. Langwarren, and then making up the top 5 is Somerville, then Hastings going pretty well at the moment, and then Rye, a lot of work to be done. And then, of course, it's Tyab, Devon Meadows, and then we've got the bottom 2, Pearcedale and Crib Point, yet to open their account. Now, in the goal kicking, Mark Holt, he continues to dominate the competition. He's on 48, but he still only leads by what he led by.
Wasn't he on
going
40?
Going into the previous round because
Jono Ross
kicked 6 to move to 34.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting goal kicking ladder, isn't it? Because Holt's having a great year. He hasn't kicked under 4.
Yeah.
And he's kicked 9 is his best ever. He's been very consistent. But Jono Ross, what a good player he is.
Yeah.
Magnificent
He's
finish.
a wonderful little player.
And then Aaron Walton is third in
He's
the goal
having a great
kicking
year,
at the
Aaron
moment,
Walton.
followed by Harry Lowell, who was well held on the weekend, but other players chipped in. We mentioned Jono Ross and Angus Patterson, and they had 9 goal kickers. He only kicked 1, but he's still having a pretty good year, Harry Lowell.
Who's the next one on that list, Dan?
Michael Theodoriadis.
I love when he says that.
You are an idiot.
Yeah.
They hang it on me, don't they? That's it. I'm perspiring like 10 men here. Let's just quickly look at who the winners were from round 8. This has just got out of control tonight. I hope Ethan will come back because we are better behaved than we have been tonight. Big win, Kringle over Crib Point by 106 points. Tyab, we've mentioned them. Wonderful win, 92 points over Pearcedale, who continue to struggle. Chelsea, well, they struggled all day. It was an excellent performance by Red Hill. They won by 97 points, indicating Chelsea are a fair way off the pace. And they lost Sean Foster with a hammy early, which will affect
Before
them
quarter
going
time,
forward.
wasn't it, Dan?
They did,
Already
exactly.
down by 6, weren't they?
Blackers, yeah, they're in trouble. But they kicked badly, Red Hill, early, and Chelsea was still half a chance, but just never looked like it after quarter time. Langwarren with 2 good, winning by 32 points. That was an excellent win for them over Hastings.
I heard Blackers was really good too. off the
Yeah,
bench.
300 game,
Filling
Blackers.
in.
Congratulations,
Filling
you
in
had a
for
chance to
Blake.
coach on
Fell
the
in for
weekend.
Blake, yeah, which was really good.
You
So,
look good in
enjoy
your lady
that?
jacket too. It looked really good,
no, I had a
man.
polo on, mate.
Did you do the talking or did Josh do the talking?
No, I
What
just
do you
took a
reckon?
line.
What do you reckon?
Josh did most
Well, I
of the
thought
talking.
he would have had to do the talking if it's to be 300th game as coach.
Well, because they're a co-coaching partnership.
Correct.
Blake was away. I took over Blake's role, which is the back line,
Look what happens.
and
Bang. Look what happens.
win.
kept him
They
to
win
43
comfortably.
points.
How's Blake feeling? Is he going to keep
He's
the job
nervous.
this week?
He's nervous.
Yeah, and a really good opposition to 43 points, Dan.
Well, there's no fear though that he has been cleared to come back and play this week.
Yeah.
Has he? He hasn't-
Seaford beat Devon Meadows. Don't go
heard news on
mention the
that.
war. Seaford beat Devon Meadows by 9 points. And then Rye were beaten by Somerville by 45 points. As we said, Somerville.
Well done, Somerville.
excellent finish.
Well done.
So there's round 8
Terrific.
done and dusted. Another interesting round, and most of the favourites getting up.
Yep.
Yeah, all the favourites really got up, Dan.
Well, Holtz, it is a good round of footy this week. It is, of course, the Queen's birthday weekend. One game on Sunday, the rest of the games on Saturday, and Chelsea doing battle with Tyre. We'll get some selections. It is 6th versus 9th. Where can you beat Chelsea, Ethan?
Oh, last time we played them at home last year, we knocked them off by 3 points. I think their backline's probably an area we can look to exploit this weekend. We've got a couple of tall blokes who are in good form after last week. So.
I give them a very good chance.
Yeah, I like Tyre this week. It depends how Chelsea bounce back. You never know after a big loss like that and a letdown whether they'll be flat running out this week or whether they'll spark up and have a real deal.
For a side that had won 5 in a row, Dan, to only kick 3 goals for the game was very disappointing, especially when it was such a big build-up to this game.
It was?
Yeah, and
it was their biggest test and
they folded.
They floundered.
Well, they've had a test against Langy first up.
Yeah.
They lost to Langy.
They did.
They had a challenge against Kooringal at home.
Competitive.
They were competitive, but they fell over the line.
Yes.
And once again, Red Hill last week.
As a player, you'd be flat, wouldn't you?
Oh, well.
Big job for Brainy to
Sean Foster's a big loss to them. Yeah. They had a couple of other injuries, and after half-time only they had one on the bench, didn't they, Dan?
No, that's right. That certainly didn't help them.
No.
So I think Tyre can beat Chelsea.
Yeah, I'll take Tyre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chelsea might bounce back, but good luck to the Yabbies. I hope that they have a better second half of the year than they did the first half of the year.
Can Crew Point beat Peasdale?
Yes.
Against 11.
Oh.
The bottom
100%.
2 teams in the com. I'm going to go for Crew Point at home.
Hulks, the other week when I saw Crib Point play Langwarrin, I thought their structures were really good, and they got a good coaching staff behind them. So. Not that Boris is not a good coach, but I think Crib Point at home would build themselves up for this game. Both sides will build themselves up. But the disappointing thing, Dan, is that these two finished second last and last year, and they only play each other once.
Yeah, well, it's been a struggle so far this year.
Who
do you reckon, Ethan?
I'll back in Crib Point, I think. As you said, probably one they've earmarked for a win, and I wouldn't miss one if they got up over Peasdale on the weekend.
Wow.
Somerville should beat Devon Meadows, even though it's at Devon Meadows, who were pretty competitive against Seaford last week, Devon Meadows.
Yeah, they were. They were better than what we probably thought they would have had the result. They might be getting a couple back.
Are they?
They might be getting a couple back.
What have you heard?
Look, I don't
that you
like
might be
sources.
Yeah, but you've heard that they might be getting a couple back.
I heard they might be getting a couple
You've said
back.
that a few times.
Anyway, I think
So Devon with a couple back.
No, I think Somerville will turn the corner.
Take on Somerville.
Nah, Somerville will turn the corner.
Yeah,
I think they should get
Somerville.
over.
I think it's a must game for Summing.
Must game.
Yeah.
Must game time.
Win game.
Oh, good one.
What do you reckon, Ethan?
Yeah, I think something I'm probably too strong that one.
Right home to Langwarrin, but Langwarrin just have to keep winning.
Langy,
Yeah, Langy for me.
are you back on the bench?
Yeah, Langy for me.
Of course, Blackers would say Langy, wouldn't you? 7th place Hastings play top team Kooringal.
Kooringal. I don't think Hastings are up to the top 2. I think they're.
I agree. Kooringal.
If they can't get over Langy, they're not going to beat Kooringal over there.
And then on Sunday, 2nd against 3rd. Again, another 2nd against 3rd, and we saw what happened last week. Red Hill just demolished Chelsea. Red Hill at home will be too strong for Seaford, won't they? Even though Seaford are just flying under the radar, Blackers.
Yeah, I think way too strong.
Seaford couldn't get within 10 goals at Kooringal. Well, Red Hill burn them.
They'll beat them by over 10 goals.
Yeah.
Up there at Red Hill.
If they get
on
within
Sunday.
10 goals, it'd be a great effort.
Yeah. Well, that's on Sunday too, so
Yep.
a standalone game. So you've got an opportunity to see 2 second division football matches. Thank you very much, Ethan, for being here.
No worries.
Congratulations on how the team's going. Really getting better each week, and good luck in the second half of the season.
And good luck to the
Holtz. Thanks, Blakers.
Yep.
Enjoy your second division footy this week. We'll catch you next week for more on the GameFace Footy Show. And remember, of course, it's the OK, not to be OK, Division 2 Footy Show, and also round this week. And if you've got any issues and you need to chat, make sure you do chat, because if things aren't going well in your life, we want to make sure that we're there to help you. So make sure you do the right thing. Thanks for joining us, and get your GameFace on.